Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly, presented by B&M Poles. Along with the Dr. Tim Lang, I'm Lyle Stokes. Cindy is here to spin the rig wrap prize wheel. And, Doc, we got a barn burner coming on tonight. We got a bunch of people from Texas, and they are wound for sound.
Yes, they are.
It's going to be a blast. I don't know how it is in Ohio, but it is cold and windy in Missouri. And if you don't have it yet, it is on its way to you.
I'm sure it is. It's 39 degrees here in Ohio right now.
Oh, dude, we're going to have 5 and 7 degree weather for the next couple of days with heavy winds, and it's going to take the wind chill way below zero. And I know one fat old man is probably not going to get out much.
Yeah, me either.
I got something to tell you before we get started with these guys. A few weeks ago, we talked about a format for our show that we're going to try to do YouTube and Facebook at the same time, and we've been working on that a lot here lately till midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to make this happen in a couple of weeks. We're going to bring this to everybody, and you'll be able to watch us on Facebook or YouTube at the same time with a very professional, really neat-looking format. We can't wait to get it started. It's going to be really nice. We're working out a few bugs such as chat and different things like that. But as soon as we get it worked out, we'll give it a test run to see how everybody likes it. I am very impressed with the way it's turning out, and I think everybody's going to enjoy it. It'll be a lot of fun. Another thing that I wanted to tell you about, Doc. I had contacted some people about banner ads for the new format, and I think we had room for 12 of them. I have one spot left. So any of you guys that I sent messages to that want in on that, there is one spot left. So you better get it in and to make sure that you have a spot. So get your banner ad made up and get it to me. I had a phone call today, Doc, from an old friend of ours that hasn't been in the fishing tournaments for a long time. And he is going to try to retire for the third time in his life. He's 78 years old, and he is going to fish a few tournaments with Cindy and I.
Well, good.
And well, you say that now. The man's name is Harold Dodd.
Well, good. Man, I haven't seen Harold in a long time.
I haven't either, and I had such a great conversation with Harold. And for those of you that don't know who Harold Dodd is, a few years ago in the Big Cat Quest, they had 2 over 100-pound fish caught in one day. And was that down around Memphis somewhere, Doc?
Yep, it was back in 2007.
Yeah. Well, Harold caught the 106-pounder, and Phil King caught the 103, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
Either that or it was back and forth, but I believe Harold caught the bigger fish. Harold
Dodd, on the second day.
Yep, on the second day. And Harold is a great fisherman. He's been on river boats his whole life, and there's not a finer man in the catfishing world than Harold Dodd, and I'm really, really excited to get to fish with him a few times this year. And he told me his boat had been stored for 2 or 3 years, and he's going to get it out and get to fishing because all he's done the last 4 or 5 years is worked. And I think Harold needs to stay retired this time, and he can teach a lot of people a lot of things about fishing. And the old tried and true methods that got him to the position where he is at are still working today, I'm quite sure.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought I'd mention that to you.
I remember when him and James Patterson fished together all the time.
Yep, and he told me he talks to James a couple times a week still. They're still good friends, so I wouldn't doubt that they don't team up for a few. But Harold Dodd is one of the greatest cat fishermen in the sport and one of the finest men you'll ever meet in your life. And if you have any questions of anything, I promise you, if you ask Harold, he will tell you, and it'll be good quality information.
Yep. Yes, it is.
All right.
From him.
Anything you need to go before we get started?
This weekend, Tennessee River Catfish Club opening tournament series starts February 2nd. Wilson Lake out of the Killen Ramp. So, it's supposed to be warm down in Alabama this weekend.
And you're going to be there.
I will be there. Yep.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you to get to go, and you and Mark will have a great time. I'll be pulling for you, buddy.
Well, thank you. It's going to be the frozen tundra here in Ohio, but hopefully it'll be warm where I'm going to be at.
Well, that'll be a good reprieve for you.
Yeah, my brother called me today. He lives in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He said they had like 8 inches of snow, and I said, keep it there.
That's 100% correct. We do not need any of that. My yard drains very well, but I'm still walking in water, so
yeah,
kind of tired of it. All right, if that's all you got, Doc, I would like to welcome Michael and Terri Littlejohn, Ryan Glover, Noel Ibarra, Mike Thompson, and Steve Jones to Catfish Weekly, guys. Thank you.
Hey, how's it going?
We Terri, I talked to you here a while back and had you and Michael on the show, and we thought it would be really neat to have the whole Live with the Guides crew on our show. And you guys are a hoot, man. I like to watch you every Tuesday night. You guys put on a great show and have a lot of fun. And I've been watching these guys catch some monster catfish out of Tawakoni.
Be careful what you ask for, Lyle.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
You go up front. I'm gonna stay on the end.
Who's got
There's
the big fish this year?
Who's got the big fish this year? You know what? Mr. Mike Thompson back here, he has me by 1 pound.
That's all it takes.
73.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
For now.
Yeah. That's a
we all kind
giant.
of come into this deal. We come into the deal at the first of the year for bragging rights of who can get the big fish of the year out of this whole group. And we actually want to document it. And I didn't even document that fish because I knew that 73 wasn't going to hold up for the whole year. But I actually caught that fish almost a month ago.
Yep.
But
yeah, our season started early this year. Lyle. I don't know if the country had a big kind of cool down back in early November, but Tawakoni went from like summer to winter in about 3 weeks. We missed our complete fall striper bite, our fall catfish bite, and all that. It went from shorts and t-shirts to Gore-Tex and wool coats.
Sounds like our weather, don't it, Doc?
Yeah. What happens here in one day?
Yeah, overnight.
Yeah.
But you know, we are a little further north than you. Now, for all of you guys in chat, that I know a bunch of you guys that are in chat are going to go to Tawakoni and fish the upcoming Cabela's tournament. Now would be a good time if you have any questions about fishing Tawakoni to get them questions out here by people that actually can answer them. So I see some guys in here. I see the Gerloff boys is in here, and not that they need any help, but these guys fish it every day, not just a couple times a year.
I'll tell you what, we've got, Terri and I, we don't fish it anymore. That's a great tournament, by the way. That's always a fun tournament. Tawakoni is a little more restricted on its big fish, which is a good thing. But, now you can only weigh in 4 big fish instead of 5. But even at that, you're still seeing stringers up. Steve, what was your stringer last year?
Speaking of the Cabela's King Cat tournament, we got
Mr. Steve Jones here. He represented Team Tawak last year. He missed first place by a few pounds. Ryan Nagy got him, but you did have big fish.
You
didn't
did
you?
have big fish.
Yeah.
Around 64.
That's a great fish, and second place against some of the top tournament fishermen in the United States is pretty good. I mean, that's just awesome because Ryan Nagy and the Gerloff boys, and who won the Cabela's championship this year? I can't think of his name, but those boys come down there and they're planning on bringing that money back home. If you got second place is an outstanding finish against some of these guys that are going to be down there.
Yeah, it's a fun tournament. It's kind of like a blue catfish playground, if you will. And if you like side imaging, if you like to find fish before you catch them, the lake's got enough in them that, and I'm sure I saw Marty watching, and there'll be some other guys chiming in. It's definitely an incredible fishery in the sense that you can go almost anywhere on the lake and find big fish.
Yeah. And the name the name I was looking for was Justin Cook and Gary, his partner, and I mean, them guys, if they're on the water and you're planning on competing against them, you better have your crap together, because they are planning on taking your money.
When Justin and Marty and I know Ryan, a couple other ones, I mean, they're always in the top 5 to top 7 every year.
Every year.
They really come down. They spend a lot of time dissecting the lake, and they get on the fish. That's a good thing. That
is, and then that's what it takes to be a winner in big tournaments, and those guys have all got it figured out. And Justin Cook is just a machine. I mean, well, Gary, Daggy, all them guys. I mean, they're just top notch. And I consider them homeboys to us, because they all live within a couple 100 miles of me. And when you show up, you got to beat them, or you're going home empty-handed, because that's just the way it works. And you can take them to Tawakoni or to Memphis or anywhere in the United States, and they're just as tough in one place as they are the next.
Yeah.
But tell us about what's going on Tawakoni right now.
Well, I'm not gonna sit here and do all the talking. Noel, what do you think?
Come on, Mike. Come on in there. Mike has to talk.
Well, it's neat that you say that about all around the United States and stuff. I mean, we want to thank Lyle, Cindy, Doc, all you guys. I mean, this Catfish Weekly thing, it's a really neat deal through the social media that it brings the whole United States together and gives us an opportunity to come forward and represent for Tawakoni and all over the United States. I mean, that's a neat deal for us. It's very humbling for us to reach out to, thousands of people. I mean, back in the day when we started guiding, you had your Yellow Pages and maybe your Hunt County.
Boy, back in the day.
We've already discussed Yellow Pages. Yeah, we've already discussed that I'm the old man of the operation. We're not going to go there anymore.
Hey Siri,
but my point is we got to give a big shout out to y'all for bringing this kind of stuff together, bringing the community of Catfish together. Even though it's a portion of what we do here on Lake Tawakoni, it's still a very important part to us. And so, this is the time of year that we do catch those big fish. And so it's a great opportunity to be on y'all's show and to represent Lake Tawakoni. Like, we get people from all over the United States. You got some billion acres covering the surface of the covering the surface of the earth. And here we are with a little under 40,000 acres of it to catch these big catfish. And people come from all over the United States to fish with us. And man, it's a great feeling to have people come all over. So we appreciate y'all for having us on the show. Exactly. And to be able to represent this lake is awesome for us. And we can't say enough for you guys to bring it all together for us.
Well, I've personally been following you guys for a long time with your YouTube videos. And man, when Michael started doing YouTube videos, as far as information on depth finders and finding fish, and there was some really quality information put out years ago that a lot of people probably haven't seen, and they probably ought to go back and check some of that stuff out.
Man, that's it's funny you mentioned that, because when we were doing, I know what video you're talking about specifically, and at the very end of that video it says stay tuned to part 2 of it talks about finding blue catfish on side imaging, and we never did do part 2. We need to do part 2.
You still can.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe not.
Yeah.
But I will say this: if you're not using side imaging to find these fish, and you're finding fish, that's fine. But I promise you, you can find more fish, and you can put more fish in the boat by using side imaging. There's no question.
I agree. I get a question. Somebody wants to know, what is your YouTube channel name?
Is actually the
Lake Tawakoni Guide Service.
Yeah, actually the name of Michael Littlejohn's Lake Tawakoni Guide Service.
Yeah.
That's the name of the YouTube channel. So
there you go, guys.
There's about 150 videos in there. A lot of them are trophy fishing. A lot of them are sonar stuff. A lot of them saltwater fishing. Some of it's just the crew here acting kind of crazy and stupid. But it's a lot of fun. It's a good channel to watch. It's a lot of fun. We cut up a lot.
Michael, I got to tell you, while we're on that subject, for the guys that haven't seen your channel, go in and find the video of Terri going out by herself and putting monsters in the boat by herself with a GoPro camera. I'm assuming it's a GoPro, and she's running around there like a wild man and caught, what was it, Terri? 3 giant fish.
It's actually 4.
Was it 4?
She had 4 fish over 40, and she reeled them all in by herself.
And netted them and everything. Yeah, that was a great video. I really wish the audio would have been better, because every time I watched that video, and I've watched it a number of times, I cranked the volume up so I could hear what she was saying, and then boom, she's real close to it and it blasts you out. But the video is awesome. It really is.
Thank you.
That was a great day. That's awesome. For me, that was the one that sold me on what you guys do, because for her to go out by herself and put those fish in the boat, and man, it was really amazing. Hey, Doc, guess what time it is?
It's time to spin that wheel.
Let's do it. Terri, pick me out a number between 1 and 5.
Let's do 4.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the winner is Jeff Banker, Banker. Let's see what Cindy can spin up for Jeff today. Doc, I worked on the wheel so she didn't blow it up tonight. B&M. Jeff, if you'll contact me after the show and send me your shipping address, I have some products for B&M that I think that you'll be very happy with. Send a message to me through our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, or email me at catfishweekly.com or at gmail.com, and I will get this out to you. I'll need your shipping address. I'm pretty sure you're going to like what you receive this week. It's a great product from one of our great sponsors, B&M. And thank you so much for watching.
Congratulations.
Weekly. And yes, thank you. And thanks for watching the show.
We do have a question here. It said, Mid-South Outdoor Life wants to know, what should side imaging range be set to on relative to the depth?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, if you're in real deep water, I'd say if you're in 70 foot of water or more, your side imaging is going to have some trouble finding fish. We do a lot of side imaging offshore, and, I just don't like the way side imaging works after about 80 foot of water. But if you're using side imaging to locate fish, I don't really feel like that the range is going to matter compared to the depth, because when I'm looking for fish, I want 115 to 125 foot of view everywhere I go, because the worst case scenario for me is I'm scanning a mud flat. I know there's fish in the area, but I hadn't found them yet. If I'm only scanning at 50 or 60 foot out, what am I missing at 70, 80, 90, 100 feet? I can't tell how many times I've found that one fish, that 170-pound fish that we've caught out at 80 or 90 or 110 feet. And so here's the key on your side imaging. You want to use as much width as you can on your side imaging and still have a clear picture all the way out to that lake. When you start getting really fuzzy out around 120 to 140, 150 foot, then you've gone out too far. Me personally, the guys here, we like to run ours between about 110 to 115. Probably 120 is probably as far as we'll run out and still get a really picture. And I'm going to use that, Lyle, even if I'm in 3 foot of water or if I'm in 33 foot of water.
Nice.
Do you all use ever use frozen bait?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Do y'all ever use frozen bait?
We have
No, I
a
don't.
dedicated shed master in this group about every 2 days, and so we go out and catch fresh bait. One of us about every 2 days. So they're all the little shed masters right here.
Here's the deal on frozen bait, right? So if you have to fish it and that's all you have, that's not going to keep you on the couch. I'm going fishing if I've got frozen bait. I think there's a difference between fresh frozen. Like I caught it at 3 p.m., I froze it at 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. and I got it put up. I think there's a difference in that kind of bait versus 2 day, 3 all. It's been in the bait chest for 3 days or so, and let me go ahead and just put it up now. There's a big difference in that bait. So
Right.
we try to use fresh bait. So
Right.
I don't think we ever use frozen bait.
Yeah, we don't use frozen bait. We're fortunate enough to have such a shad factory down here that we're able to use fresh. So
Yeah, I was getting ready to say you guys have a really good supply of bait readily available most of the time.
yeah, we do. If you guys ever get a chance to come down here, Lyle and Cindy,
Well, we're trying to get down there in March. That's the plan. So my buddy Marty Gerloff wants to know what's the water temperature down there now.
Tell Marty it's sitting right at about 47 degrees.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, 47. Sometimes it'll spike down. Like we've got a big cold front blowing through right now. Tomorrow morning, probably about 45 up on the north end of the lake. Tell him that little channel that he likes to fish out there on the north side of the bridge is probably going to be sitting about 45 degrees.
Hey, I'm going to need to have some coordinates for that spot.
Take care of that, Marty.
We need Steve's coordinates.
You're turning red.
I know what Chad always at.
Yeah, I'm thinking we get down there. I might need to follow Steve and Mike and Noel around a little bit so I can find out where they're going, so we can at least catch something respectable to turn in.
They said they put you in the boat with them and drive you around, but then they said they put a bandana on you first. So.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
Gotta cover their eyes.
I'll wear a bandana. No
Put a hood on his head.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Jerry Ishcomer would like to know which hummingbird unit you guys use.
What was the question?
Which hummingbird unit?
We use the Helix 12. Oh, we have Helix on all of our boats, except for we have a Solix on one, right?
Onyx.
Onyx on one, 5 Helixes, Helix 12 on all the other boats.
Yeah, we're running all Helix 12 units.
Yep, that's what I have. I have one of those on my Alumacraft, and I dearly love it. It is heads and tails better than anything I've ever used before. The imaging is just crystal clear on it, and it's easy to use and works great.
Yeah, they're good units. It's not the only unit out there, but it's definitely a great unit. I'm serious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boats out out here.
7 counting the
7.
Fishmaster.
Yeah, counting the Fishmaster, and they're all right here behind the house.
8.
Yeah, and every one of them's got Helix 12s on them. Every one of them. So.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have 9.
that's awesome. We got any questions in chat, Doc?
No, I'm not seeing anything.
Okay.
Other than they're asking about, I think so, peeling, missing peeling. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that's all about. Missing peeling. Got me. That's something new to me. I know Noel and Mike and them guys, and I know you guys also do, but you all fish for other stuff just besides catfish. And it depends on what season is in. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes. I've never seen this.
When we're not on the porch.
No speaky. No, but yeah, we like we target the trophy blues. We also go after hybrids, and then you got your sand bass, you
They're
got your
saying don't
stripers.
forget to hit that like button. Hit
Yeah.
the like.
What else? And then Mr. Thompson here, he'll target the crappie and stuff like that. But hey, true drag coolers out there. Lake Tawakoni has some massive stripers and hybrids, and you want to have an awesome fish fry, sand bass. Man, those sand bass, I'll target hybrids and stripers all day long, but I love targeting sand bass. Those things are fun, one after another.
Yep.
What do y'all call them up north? They're calling wipers, don't you? The hybrids?
Yep.
Wipers.
Well, I see you guys with them pictures of them things stretched out on the dock down there, and I go, wow, them guys had a heck of a day. And 5 minutes later, the next guy comes in, he's got the same amount, and I'm thinking, holy crap, man, they're knocking them out. But that place is just full of fish. So, what was the thing?
It's amazing for the
The water level.
Oh, Marty wants to know what the water level is down there, guys.
Just tell Marty we've been flooded for the last since what, October. We've been going over the spillway.
Yeah.
We've been going over the spillway since October, and I think it's right at 2 inches, 3 inches.
Yeah. Well, until that north wind.
They say minus the 30 mile.
We're about 3 inches high right now, so we are finally getting our lake back. We've
Wow.
had unbelievable floods, and it's funny because every time the lake comes almost back down to full pull, here comes another big rain.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what was really weird this year, and I think why the lake got so cold so fast. I'm not kidding you. We had a 70-degree lake, Lyle, back in late October, early November, and we got one of those like 29-degree or 30-degree rains. 32. I better say 32 because that's freezing.
We were getting
Yeah, and we had literally 3 foot. We caught our lake's 40,000 acres, and we caught a 3-foot rise of 31, 32-degree rainwater. So when you take 32-degree rainwater and mix it with 70-degree water, our lake just, it fell out of the sky. Water.
I bet it did.
Yeah.
It's just like throwing ice cubes in it.
Yeah, it was
Our
unbelievable.
trophy season started end of October, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because I
mean,
went out there in
3
October.
months,
Yep.
November, 2 months, way early.
We like to start fishing for these fish on a reliable pattern. Sometime in late November is when we really start kind of catching them.
Customers on
Yeah, and like where you're comfortable fishing for them, you can catch 10 or 15 fish over 20. But this year it was like late October. It just kicked on and it has not stopped yet. We're good. I think we had 13 fish today over 20 just on one boat. So
Nice.
it was.
What boat would that be?
Your boat, man.
Whatever. Yeah, before
So when you
happy with that
guys are fishing Tawakoni all year round like that, and in the winter time of the year when you're doing your trophy catfish stuff, are you guys dragging baits, using planer boards? Are you anchor fishing? How you go about doing it down there?
Steve?
A little bit of all.
Come on, Steve, come on up here.
Well, you-
It's so
Steve's gonna answer you.
We have
Yes.
a little of everything. I promise you, when you have these guys on the boats, they're as relaxed as can be. But for some reason, you put them in front of a camera and they just freeze up on us.
Well, I didn't even know that you had Steve, so welcome, Steve. I didn't know anything about you, and I'm very glad to know, because if you finish second in the Cabela's tournament, it's for sure that you know what you're doing.
Well, I've done a little bit in there. I try to keep a low profile. It's a little better that way.
I noticed that. I noticed that Noel and Mike also keep a low profile.
Oh yeah.
We're very low key.
To answer the question that the viewer asked, it seems like we've been pulling baits a lot more lately. Our lake is pretty warm, and it's it's really high. So we've had a lot of fish that are scattered. I mean, there's a ton of fish up north of the bridge. There's a ton of fish out west. There's a ton of fish down south by the so there's fish everywhere. So it's really hard to anchor up and just clobber them in one spot. So it seems like drifting or pulling baits has been big ticket more than anchoring.
So is there any current ever in that lake?
No, we're a strict reservoir. We have no current in our lake whatsoever.
Okay.
We're a non-current lake. Yeah.
They want to know. They want to know if the lake is muddy and stained because of all the rain.
It's
not too bad.
No, it's pretty up north. When we say north, we're talking about north of the bridge. That's where our river, the Sabine River, comes in. It's a little off color per se. Actually, it's pretty decently off color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just because the wind gets blowing pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But once you get south of our bridge and you get on our main lake, I can see my prop. I looked at my prop today and I can
Nice.
see it. So
Nice.
They want to know, are they following the shad schools, and what is your favorite bait?
am I the only one talking this?
Noel.
Once again, I mean, there's nothing that could beat shad out there. Once you got fish shad out there, you're drifting with those shads. I mean, whether you just want to use a one cut or a full shad and just put a couple of nicks on it, I mean, when you're out there drifting, those catfish are definitely going to go
Show
out
them
there.
with your hand how big a baits we're using. Show them how big. Not that big. No, they're hitting big bait right now, guys. They're hitting giant gizzard shad heads is what they want. You know, we used some drum. I saw you. Noel caught bait for us this morning. He went out and nailed the bait this morning. And I noticed he's got a bunch of drum in there. And
The guy that catches the bait,
you know, every once in a while, man, them big drum heads, golly, they're on fire.
Really?
So,
Hmm.
you know, but
And I got it all separated for you. I got the shad on the bottom. I got the drum right there, and it's good to go.
well, hey, and here's another thing. It's funny. We'll get guys that'll bring scack to the lake, and we've even brought bait from the coast, menhaden, mullet, everything. If you bring stuff from outside of Tawakoni, other than gizzard shad, you're just basically wasting your time. Now, there's probably going to be somebody that's going to comment they've caught them on skipjack before, but
And chicken and wieners.
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, gizzard shad is the way to go. It really
I
is.
tell you what, one of my favorite things in the morning when you got 4 or 5 boats fishing, I mean, we're standing there with our coolers, and then you got Mike over here giving everybody bait. And we're ready to go. And this is what, 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning?
Wow.
Now, that's one of the questions. They want to know, how are you catching your bait? Using a cast net?
Yes.
Yeah. We 100% of our bait's being caught in a cast net.
Okay.
Yep. And
Prerequisite of working here, you got to throw a cast net.
yeah, if you can't throw a
Very
cast
well.
net, you don't get hired at Lake Tawakoni Guide Service.
I'll bet that's right.
Man catching your bait. Everybody here can do it.
Yep, I'll bet that's right. Hey, well, guys, we got to take time out to give away some products. Noel, give me a number between 1 and 5.
10. I'm kidding. let's go with number 2.
1, 2, and the winner is William Gerbach, G-R-U-B-A-U-G-H.
Oh, that's all I see.
G-R-U-B-A-U-G-H. William.
We need to give away that $20.
Yep. Whisker Sticks, LED lights. William, if you contact Tim and Lena and all the people at Whisker Sticks LED lights and tell them you won a prize on the prize wheel, they will hook you up. Doc, we're so thankful to have Whisker Sticks on our show. They've been a sponsor of ours for a long time, since the beginning of their company, and we appreciate everything they do for us. So, and William, you're going to love those lights. They are awesome. Congratulations to the winner. Heck yeah. Doc, have you got chat pulled up by chance?
Yes, sir.
Tony Caton, our buddy from Big Cat Fever, has a $20 gift certificate for some lucky person in chat.
Okay. Let me get her in here real quick. And the winner is Ladder Buns. Ladder Buns. Ladder-B-U-N-Z-Z. Ladder Buns.
All right.
That's different.
It is. Ladder Buns, if you'll contact Tony or Caleb, any of the good folks at Big Cat Fever Rods, they will hook you up with a $20 gift certificate for any of their products out of their store. And thank you so much for watching Catfish Weekly and being a part of our show. And Tony, as always, we appreciate everything you do to help us out. Thanks a bunch.
Isn't that what you had for breakfast this morning?
Batter buns. Normally it's cinnamon rolls around this house.
Honey bun? Oh, honey
Yeah.
bun.
I have milk with honey bun.
Batter bun.
I gotta ask Ryan a question. I watch you guys on Tuesday nights. I watch you guys on Tuesday nights, and I watched your Christmas shows and all the fun you guys had down there. And I kind of felt like Mike and Noel was a little rough on you on that Christmas show. Did you feel that way also?
They are. They're back here right now. I got this deal where I get real excited and my eyes get big. I'm sure everybody can see it right now. So they give me a hard time about it. It's because I'm excited about fishing.
There you go. There you go. Well,
Hey, what you didn't see, I beat them in a
He knows. He
for
knows you want
50-inch
it.
TV.
Yep.
They acted like taking it easy, but it's just because they're.
Well,
old.
that's because he was
He's
a good
old.
sucker.
Hey, I do what it takes to get it done.
He has those young lungs right there.
Just got kicked off the show.
you guys are so much fun, man. It's just a blast to watch you when you do your stuff, and we really enjoy having you on here. But what was it you wanted to know? Oh, yeah. Do you, for any of our viewers that are looking for guide trips, do you guys have any dates open?
A bunch. Yes. We all, I'm pretty sure, have dates available.
Well, February is probably about 80% booked.
Yeah.
80%. Wow.
Thanks, Brian.
Do what? We don't have a bunch, like we're not, doing a bunch of That's not what I mean. Yes, we have
We're about to go under.
Right.
Hey, I just requested a day off. I just went on 11 days straight.
Yeah.
Honestly, we're about 80% booked.
Well, right now is a great time for people to book a trip with you and get in on trophy catfish trips.
Hey, especially if you got some young kids at the age of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
No, those are mine.
Well, we will the junior record.
I want the junior record.
Yeah, the junior record on Lake
I'm not gonna
Tawakoni.
get it.
In Texas, they
That's the boss.
They segregate the records by the lake record, and then they have a junior record, which is 16 and under.
Yeah.
And the junior record on Tawakoni is 60 pounds, and so we're looking for a 61.
And just about every day, one of us catches a fish over 60. We just didn't have kids.
Exactly.
About it.
What is it about that? On the days that we don't have a kid on the boat, go out there and we catch 60 plus, and then.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get the morning. I was supposed to have a kid on my boat.
Actually,
my boat 60.
Yeah.
My
He
first
didn't get
trip
to
of the
come.
year, I had a 10-year-old on the boat, and the first fish within 15 minutes of fishing was a 58 that he landed. So we were just a couple of pounds off,
Man.
and that would have been a record had the 60 not been caught. But at the end of the day, his dad reeled in a 64. And so,
Man.
Yeah.
we had the over 60, but the dad reeled it in instead of the 10-year-old son.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know, I don't know about a lot of guys, but I do know from what I've heard that some guys don't prefer fishing with children. We love kids from 2 to 92. Bring them. We love having kids on the boat.
They're the future of our sport. And I watched a really neat video this afternoon. I actually watched it when it was live Sunday, but Chad Bailey put up a video today that he had his 3-year-old and 5-year-old sons in the boat with him down in Florida, and they caught I believe it's a 25 and a 15. And the kids not only caught the fish by themselves with the rods and rod holder, basically netted them by themselves, and he did help them a little bit, but it was an amazing video. I enjoyed it so much.
I'll have to find that. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, it's on our public page on Catfish Weekly, but Size Matters Catfishing, good friend of mine, and it is an awesome show to watch.
They want to know what kind of rods do you guys use?
Man, we are using the Ugly Stick Catfish Edition Ugly Sticks in the 7-foot
Cane pole.
cane pole. We 7'6" rods don't fit in our racks in our stores, so we stick with 7-foot rods. And man, those rods have just been great for us. There's a whole bunch of different rods on the market, and a lot of them are great. But if you go out in the room out there, we've got how many? 80. We've got probably 100 catfish rods. So we just all stick with white Catfish ugly sticks. They work good for us.
100 rods sounds like my garage. I do have a couple of questions that just got shot to me on Facebook chat. And Glenn would like to know, how many boats do you run and what kind of boats and motors?
We are currently running six boats, and we are all running the Yamaha 4-stroke 300 outboards on our boats. Actually, we've got one that's got a 250 show on it, but Yamaha outboards. And actually, Steve Douglas, if he's watching, Steve's new 300 that he's got on his boat actually came off of one of our boats.
Yep, I knew that. I seen it when that was done, and that was really cool. That had to wake that boat of his up, because that 150 wasn't getting it done for him.
It really wasn't. And here's another thing: if anybody's looking for a couple of 300s, we're getting ready to sell 2 more 300s. One of them's got 600 something hours, and the other one's got about 900 hours on it. So both of them are under warranty. I get a good deal on them if you're looking for 300. So.
Well, it's a shame they're that big, because I could use one for my old boat, but I don't need nothing that size. Don't need nothing that size. Are you guys, any of you happen to be going to the Catfish conference?
Do what?
Do any of you happen to be going to the Catfish conference?
No, Terry made us work.
We're booked.
We're booked.
Well, hey, that's a good thing.
Bella's Day too.
That's a good thing.
Almost everybody.
Doc, how long is it before the conference goes?
25 days, 0 hours, 17 minutes, and 18, 17 seconds.
Awesome. We're gearing up for that.
We'll just watch y'all on the. Don't you usually go live? Don't you?
We'll be live. We'll be live down there Friday afternoon, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday.
Yeah, well, we usually try to catch that. So
yeah,
we talked about it. I think we're going to go next year, so we're looking forward to being able to plan some time off and try to do that next year. So
it'd be a blast. If it was, hopefully it won't be like it was last year. We got so much rain. It looked like you guys, when you was down there next in Galveston or wherever it was, where the water was flooded the roads and where you was staying.
Oh yeah,
that was terrible.
Oh, that's the way the conference was last year. It was just, man, it rained the whole trip.
Wow. They want to know if any of you are fishing the Possum Kingdom tournament in October.
I will be.
Yeah.
Nice.
Steve will. Rest of us won't. Actually, we'll be in Galveston during that time, and Mike and Ryan will be back in Tawakoni running, and then Steve's going to go. Steve's going to slip away and go try to win that thing. So
if I'm off, I'm going with Steve.
Hey, what a great tournament. I mean, that's what is it up? What, $25,000?
30
to
win.
Yep, 30 to the winner.
That's a boat.
That's a lot of dough.
Our friend Jerry.
Jerry
Dillard,
yeah, Jerry Dillard won the first one. So
yep, I have an announcement from Jerry to announce at the end of our interview with you guys about his tournament series.
Oh, he's such a good guy.
He is a good guy. I like him.
Yeah.
Jerry's good people.
He did our cabinets for our house, and they're beautiful.
Awesome.
They want to know what's your go-to rig.
Well,
yes.
Yes.
I hate to sound kind of boring, but honestly, the Santee Cooper rig is what's putting fish in the boat. Lately, we've had to downsize our leaders some. The fish have been a little shy, but Santee Cooper rigs, big corks, long leaders, good 2 to 3 to 4 ounces of lead on our slinky weights. It's snelling the hooks. I mean, it's 10-aught, 12-aught hooks have been key. We've been using real big baits, so we've had to use quite a big, larger hooks lately. So.
Somebody asked earlier if you guys use demon dragons.
We have not. I actually reached out to the gentleman who makes those, and wanted to try them down in the salt with the redfish, and just to kind of give them a try. And they worked pretty good down there on the reds, but we haven't used them here on Lake Tawakoni yet. We just hadn't had a chance really to try them. But
Just to walk.
Not yet.
I haven't used them yet.
Have you used them?
Same for
One time?
For Awesome Kingdom.
Terry, I'd like to tell you that while we're sitting here doing this show with you guys, Cindy is on her computer, and she just looked up. It's going to be 7 hours and 20-minute drive for us to be at Tawakoni.
Awesome.
So you'll be here in the morning?
No.
If you leave now, you'll be.
No.
I got an open boat. Come on,
we got it.
I got to tell you, we lived in Ballinger, Texas, and in the Dallas area when I was working years ago down there. And I liked the Ballinger area. It was pretty nice, quiet place. Helped a guy open up a Ford dealership down there back in the 80s.
Did you know Bill Baird back then?
Oh, it's been a long time. I don't know if I did or not, but those days I was fishing. In those days, I was fishing a few bass tournaments and some crappie tournaments in them days, and I didn't care much for that. And then we got into the catfish tournaments, and that's kind of been where we've been ever since.
Hey, we're late on the wheel.
All right. Hey, Steve, pick me out a number between 1 and 5.
Let's go with number 1.
That's my favorite. And the winner is Eric Deary. D-E-E-R-Y. D-E-E-R-Y.
And he's in chat because he just posted spinning.
Sweet. Eric watches our show, I believe, about every week, Doc. Hooker's Terminal Tackle. Eric, if you'll contact the good folks at Hooker's Terminal Tackle and tell James that you won some hooks on our show, he will hook you up. What kind are they, Cindy? Reapers. You won some Reaper hooks. Thank you so much, Eric, for watching our show. We appreciate it so much. And James R. Wood, owner of Hooker's Terminal Tackle, him and his wife are the sweetest people. They've been great sponsors to our show for a long time, Doc, and they do some wonderful things for the catfish industry.
Yeah, we got some good sponsors.
We have the best sponsors in the business. They treat us so well, and they hang around. They don't mind doing what it takes to be up here, and they're really, really good to us. And next week I have an announcement about a new sponsor to be coming on our show. We'll talk about that next week, but it is a big deal for me. So really excited about that too.
We're not giving our boat away, but we are
No,
selling it.
the My Aluma Craft, we are not giving away before you guys get rolling on that.
Sorry, are.
But it is for sale in a serious manner. If somebody wants a deal on a low hour 2017 205 trophy with all the goodies, please contact me because my new boat will be here in a few weeks and we got to make room. You're welcome, Eric. Thank you for watching our show.
Tom Wilson wants to know from the guides, do you miss being able to fish all the time because of your now captains?
That's a good question.
Yes. Going back to Lyle talking about, he started in bass tournaments and crappie tournaments, stuff like that. I bass tournament fished from the time I was probably 16 years old. And I miss that occasionally, but nothing beats the thrill of watching somebody make that memory on the boat for me, to reel in a huge fish and stuff like that. So that's why I do it. And yes, I miss fishing myself, but I still have the rewards of watching somebody else reel in those big fish. And to me, that's more gratifying than going out and catching those fish myself.
I agree.
Yeah, You know, a lot of people, you know, when they come on board with us and they're fishing with us, they'll ask me, hey, what's your personal best? You know, to be honest with you, I never had a personal best catfish until what, October?
Yeah.
And, you know, I was just out there and they tell me, I've never caught a big catfish, but to share your knowledge and, you know, to show people, you know, how you do it and watch them land some fish. I mean, you just get a big old thrill. It just makes me happy to see other people catch those fish.
Oh,
but
I mean, agree.
You know, I've been fishing for a very long time. It wasn't until October till I got a 40-something and a 50-something on my own. So it's exciting, you know.
It is, you know, and
people catch fish.
I tell people all the time, I've caught some great fish over the years, and if I don't ever catch another one, I'm happy. The thrill is when Cindy lands it, because Cindy really gets excited when she gets one of them good ones. And there's nothing that's any more entertaining to me than watch her catch those big fish. Ask Doc.
Excited is not the word for it.
But it is, you know, and my thrill now is finding the fish. If I can find them and put us on them, I don't care if she catches every one of them, and that's the truth. And sometimes she gets mad at me for saying that, but it is a thrill to watch her with those fish, and it's something that I dearly enjoy.
Yeah, when you're on the Mississippi River and Bill Dance drives 2 miles away to see what all the excitement is on the boat.
And then gets all over him because you don't move the boat to help her.
Yeah. So, yeah, she does get excited. She's a lot of fun. They want to know, what kind of an anchor do you guys use?
Well, usually we use box anchors. In most cases, when we do anchor, which is a pretty heavy duty anchor. Yeah.
We have a question on here someplace that I'm looking for that I seen, and Cindy reminded me. Somebody asked, and I can't find it right now, but somebody asked a question. If you got, oh, here it is. Derek Horrell, do you guys ever get burnt out on fishing because it's more of a job now than just fun?
No.
Nope. All right.
Actually, not the fishing. It's more the weather sometimes.
You know, and I tell this to Michael, there's times when I go home and I dream that I'm guiding. I ask him, am I going to get paid for that? I mean, that's
a great question.
Would I ever get burned out? No.
Let's see if we can get an answer out of that.
Yeah, Michael.
And Tim, you know, honestly, most of us, when we're not working, guiding, we're fishing.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael and I, that's what we do on our vacations. I mean, today I was off, I was fishing. I mean, by myself, I mean, it's just what we do. When we're not guiding, most of the time we fish.
Or catch a bait.
Or catch bait.
Yep.
There you go. So, Terry, do you guide as much as the guys do?
Do you guide as much?
No, I've had some back issues and a foot issue, and so I haven't been guiding as much as I want. But February, I'm pretty well booked, and then I'll slow down. But I get August, September, and October pretty much off because we're down on the coast. So
now
I get out, yeah.
When you go out with Michael down to the coast, you're on the boat with him every day, though, right?
No, I mean, I do. It just depends. Sometimes I am. Probably about 60% of the time I go out. It just depends. If he's got like 6 guys on the boat, then I'm not going to go. But
okay.
If he's got 3 or 4 people, I'll go and help. And first, maybe, yeah. If the seas are good, yeah. But,
and you use the same boats on the ocean that you guys do for fishing Tawakoni?
No, the boat that I got out of and the boat that we use offshore is 26-foot Americat. 26-foot, yeah, Americat. It's a center console catamaran. So.
But we do use it on Tawakoni.
But I fished with it today. but that's the only boat that we take offshore.
Okay.
All right, the big question: mono or braid?
Well, we feel pretty opinionated on this based on the 10,000 yards of monofilament that's on our reels. I mean, don't even get me started. I'm pretty opinionated on my mono, but no, we're mono guys. I'll tell you what though, if we got it on a lake that was full of timber and we were having to fish timber all the time, we probably would fish braid more. we're fortunate enough that we do not have to guide these customers in the jungle, if you will. We catch a lot of our fish in open water, and there's just real no, I mean, my goodness, if you've got 80 something reels to spool up and you got to put braid on every one of those, you can imagine the cost in that, just in the mere cost. But I just feel like when you're using circle hooks, I feel like the load up or the hook up is better for us anyway, using monofilament versus braid. So. I don't know what was just said, but something was just said. I don't.
It must have been pretty funny.
Do what?
Look on Steve's face.
What was this? I don't know.
So
I apologize for anything that's said here.
No, don't worry about it. Cindy just pointed out a question that we somehow miss, and how windy is too windy down there?
Oh.
Direction is more than
Yeah. So our lake is a very it's probably one of the only lakes in Texas that is just one giant 40,000 acre open bowl, if you will. And it runs northwest to southeast. And if we have a strong north wind or a strong south wind, it doesn't matter if it's blowing 30, Lyle, we can fish.
Wow.
If it's running northwest like it is right now, it's blowing 30 out of the northwest right now, right outside the house here. And from the northwest end of the lake down to the spillway, I promise you there's probably 6-7 foot swells on the lake right now. And that's just too much.
Yeah.
So ask some of the Cabela's guys back in 2015. When someone will answer this in the chat, but when was the big stringers? I think it was the 236 or something. Was it 15?
230. Yeah, 236. It was around
15, I think.
I think before that.
It might have been 14.
14 or 13.
No, it might have been, yeah.
This is our spillway. Just as I was coming over here to the house,
Get it like right here.
Yeah.
this was our spillway just a few minutes ago, which is on the southwest corner of the lake. This is our spillway.
Oh, wow.
And those are just waves blowing over the spillway. Like we're only about 3 inches high, and those are probably 3-4 footers rolling over the spillway right there.
Oh, yeah. You can see that.
Yeah, it'd be the time to be out.
Going back to the Cabela's catfish tournament, the record was set on Tawakoni. When I say the heaviest stringer, and that was set on a day that I remember that a northwest wind was blowing. And there was a few guys that braved the open water, and those were the guys that really did real well and had the 200-plus stringers. But, man, there was boats taking on water. There was boats just sinking. One had to get towed in. And it can be dangerous on this lake. We can have some really big waves.
Yes.
So.
Well, safety needs to be the main concern for people. And I know some guys have big cojones and others don't have such big ones. But when it comes to the safety and them 4 and 5 foot swells, you really, really need to pay attention and be careful so you don't get injured, hurt, or somebody else get hurt.
Yeah. We have boats every year that sink on our lake, just getting out in big water. And a lot of these boats are bigger boats. They're not little bass boats. They're 22-foot consoles.
Yeah.
So
First 2 boats that I had to go help out off the bank over by the spillway not too long ago.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys, we're running on about an hour. Why don't you tell everybody where they can go and see all your videos, how they can get in contact with you to book trips, and any sponsors and stuff you guys would like to talk about?
Come on, Mike.
Ryan?
You can reach us at our website at TawakoniGuideService.com. Our Facebook is just on Facebook, Lake Tawakoni Guide Service.
No, Facebook is at Tawakoni Guides.
At Tawakoni Guides. I'm being corrected by my beautiful wife here. Our YouTube channel is Michael Littlejohn's Lake Tawakoni Guide Service. We have about 150 videos you can watch there. And then we really cover both freshwater and saltwater in our guide service. If you want to do, shark fishing or, anything like that, bull red fishing, flounder, kingfish, all of that, the salt, we do that. And then on Tawakoni here, we do everything that Tawakoni offers except for largemouth bass. So crappie, we specialize in crappie, blues, whites, hybrid stripers, lots of channel catfish. So it's a great fishery here. It really is.
Any night trips?
We don't offer night trips anymore. We're too busy during the day. We got to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one other thing, we offered a show on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. and it's called Live with the Guides. And we cut up, we give a big lake report, we give away a bunch of stuff, hats, shirts, stuff, and we have a good time. And we do give away a lot of information about the lake as well. And
it's a great show and extremely entertaining. I love to watch it every Tuesday night unless I get tied up doing something, but I enjoy it very much. And anybody that's not, and Cindy watches it every week, period, no matter what. So anybody that has have a Tuesday night, you need to tune into these guys. They're a blast to watch and extremely informative. They'll tell you all about Lake Tawakoni and anything else. Noel, who's the sponsors you're going to tell us about tonight?
Well, we got 2% milk, and that's all I drink when I'm ever out there on the lake. So, but this guy right here, he's your sponsor guy.
Okay.
Just remember, Catfish Weekly is brought to you in part by these fine sponsors. Rig Wrap. I don't know, Lyle, whoever else you got going on, but I mean, yes, we do appreciate our sponsors as well. We've got a list of them. Like I said, if y'all want to tune into our show tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on Facebook, we'll give you a list of our sponsors and stuff. But
well, they're great sponsors. I know that you guys give away a lot of stuff, and Cindy's got a net gator that I wrestle her for, and she won't let me have it.
2 of them.
But I don't get either one of them though. But they're awesome.
Giveaways, yes.
You know,
and remember, T-Walk is a registered trademark of Michael and Terri Littlejohn's Lake Tawakoni Guide Service. Not to be copied to reproduce without the express written consent of them.
That's exactly right. And for you guys that have had a good time with them tonight, tomorrow night will be more fun yet. So you need to make sure you watch. It'll be a ton of fun, and it's always a blast. Listen, guys, I can't thank you all enough for spending your Monday night with us. We appreciate it so much. I enjoy your shows, and keep up the good work. And hopefully, if everything goes right, we'll be seeing all of you guys down there in March.
We look forward to it.
You guys have
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Bye. Thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Doc.
Doc, what a great bunch of people to deal with. And, man, they're a ton of fun. I can't wait to get down there and meet them in person.
I liked how they rotated out. They just
oh, yeah. If you ever watch them on Tuesday night, they just spin around and do all kinds of crazy stuff, and they just have a blast. And that's what fishing's about. It's having a good time. And the information they share on Tuesday nights about that lake is amazing. I mean, you could listen to them and probably just go down there and catch fish.
Yeah,
they do a great job. I really enjoy watching them, and they're a ton of fun. And man, they have been putting some giant fish in the boats. If you see them on Facebook the last week or two, they really have been knocking them out of the park. And I know that there's some giants in that lake. I do have the result, or a message from Jerry Dillard. He says the next tournament for Syntec Catfishing Trail is February the 9th at Lake Limestone Campground Marina. 100% payback with a $250 for big fish, $250 for big fish, $100 for the lady angler with big fish, and $780 bounty for the lake record, $100 entry. Contact Jerry Dillard for information. And right now they have $650 added cash with a possibility of more being added.
I've just seen this. Terry sent me a message, want to know if they could give away a hat. Are they still in there?
They are still in there, and Terry, you sure can.
Here.
Tell them I just seen it.
That would be great. Wish I could win it. Doc, have you got?
There's your hat right there.
Awesome. Doc will pull up chat, and we'll give her away here in just a second.
Yeah, and the winner is Mike Crow, K-C-R-O. Mike C-R-O.
Mike, just contact Michael and Terri Littlejohn on Facebook and tell them you won the hat on Catfish Weekly, and they will ship it out to you. Thank you guys so much again. That's a great looking hat. I'll have to hook up with one of them when we get down there.
Yes, sir. We got them.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. What else you got to talk about tonight, Doc?
Don't see anything else. I'm just kind of going over chat. Don't see anything in chat.
Okay. I got to tell you, I was really, really excited to hear from Harold Dodd today. That was.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, and I know you guys will get together. He's going to be at the Catfish Conference, and he's going to sit down and do an interview with us. But when Harold sits down, Doc, with you and me and Harold together, it's probably be an hour-long interview, and I am plenty okay with that.
Yeah,
I am pretty okay with that.
Yeah, because I remember when him and James fished together, both of their dads were sick at the time, and they were kind of they were doing tournaments, but they were also taking care of their families too. So,
well, I am so excited that Harold has decided to do a couple of tournaments or 2 or 3 tournaments with us this year. The more the better, as far as I'm concerned, because it'll be so much fun. Such a wealth of knowledge that hasn't been in our sport for a few years.
Yeah.
The guy's he's forgot more than most of us will ever know, and he is a big catfish fisherman. And
I'd like to know what he's forgot.
Yeah, me too, because he's really and when he was doing tournaments, he was like some of the guys that we are having to beat now. They was having to beat him then. And I never have fished a tournament against Harold, but I'm sure glad we're going to get to fish with him a little bit. We'll be seeing him probably quite a bit this year, I hope.
Good deal. Good deal.
So I'm excited about that. Welcome. Dieter Melhorn's in the house. I haven't really had much of a chance to look at that. I see Chris Flores is in there. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it. We had a whole bunch of folks in there a while ago. I never did get to see what the big number was.
94 thumbs up. I saw 169.
I know I've seen over 170, but I don't know how much more it went over than that. So
Maurice Cason needs prayers.
Yes, Brad, contact me. Just send me a message.
Maurice Cason needs prayers for his daughter who has been sick.
Absolutely.
Right.
Sending them out. Catfish Bill, how you doing, buddy? Who else we got in there? PD Catfishing, Maurice Cason, Rip and Drag Catfishing, Joey Kirby. K&B Anglers, Catfish Dixon, Chiller.
Chiller bait tank.
Them are very, very nice tanks.
Yes, and I will have one in my boat at the Catfish Conference. In fact, he sent me the cable today, and I put it all together.
Our good buddy, Chris, with Shad Shack Bait Tanks, is going to donate one for us to give away at the Catfish Conference.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
that is awesome.
Be doing a drawing for that, and you'll be able to come up to our table and sign up for us, and we're going to give one away.
I've got tickets here at the house, so don't bring tickets. I got plenty of those.
Me too. I got 2 rolls of them.
Okay, all right. Well, man, we'll bring them. Yeah,
we'll use them. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea in case we get ours or something. But excited about that. They're all good bait tanks. There's a lot of quality pro stuff on the market right now, and things for the catfish industry are getting better and better as new people come into the sport and produce better and newer quality. Our newer products, the quality of the existing companies and the new companies are growing greatly. So
we are bringing the wheel to the
conference, and we will, as far as I know now, we'll be bringing the Rig Wrap prize wheel to the Catfish Conference. Provided we have room. The last time we tried to bring it, we just did not have a place in the truck to put it. Yeah, there was nowhere in the truck we could put it.
Well, when you pack for the winter stuff.
Yeah, it's just so much stuff we have to put in there. Kentucky Catman. Mr. Gadget. Who else we got in there? Wesker Time Fishing. There's a bunch of folks in here tonight, Doc.
Yeah, the chat was rolling so quick earlier that I couldn't even keep up with.
Justin Fishing Fetish. I watched some of his videos the other night. And fishing stuff, I want to tell you, I watched several of his videos after I'm calming down from working on that new website or web program. And he has got some really cool tips and tricks in there. So you guys need to check them guys out. Bring the dunk tank. Sorry, Bill, that's not going to happen.
They were saying they want you in the dunk tank.
No. Don't forget, somebody's interested in a boat. We got a big deal on this thing. You get some super discounts. It'll be Cliff. My new boat will be an Excel, and we're really excited about that.
And we definitely glad it's going to have windshield wipers after following everybody.
Yeah.
Winter blues.
Yep. That's a fact. Yep. We're excited about that. And like I say, we got a pretty big announcement coming up next week after we get through with our interview with Nate, and we'll be going into that and telling you all about that. It's something I'm very proud of, and I thought I won the boat. I'm sorry, Mike, you did not win. That's good, but you did not win the boat. That's really good, actually. How about a Doc's tip of the week, Doc?
Well, last week, I did the tip on the.
We'll do that here.
Let's see, what was it I did? I'm trying to think. Oh, the relays, where you blow a fuse and it pops out.
Right.
One of the other things that you need to carry on your boat is one of these. And now this is a high dollar one because I'm an electrician, but Harbor Freight makes one, and you just need something to check fuses.
Mm-hmm.
You want to check the continuity of fuses. You can trace down electrical problems just with a cheap multimeter. Harbor Freight has them. Everybody's got them. Lowe's, all that. But this is a fluke. This is a high dollar one, and but that can lead to a lot of issues. If you're trying to figure out what the problem is, one of these babies can make it a short day for you. So
that's right.
Think about carrying one of those on board the boat. That's Doc's tip for the night.
That's a great tip. I have one that I usually don't take with me because I'm hoping I don't have any issues, but mine's a Snap-on. Doesn't make any difference what brand it is. They all basically do the same thing. And you're right, man. That stuff, if you have electrical issues, they'll save you a ton of time.
Yeah, fuses. We don't need fuses. That's what foil is for.
Yeah, I've done that a time or two, but I usually get it fixed pretty quick. K&B Anglers, Whisker Sticks Fishing. Man, there's a bunch of people in here yet tonight, Doc.
Yeah, New Mexico, Gato Voto.
Bend Over Fishing, Follow the Smoke. That's a new one on me. Twisted Fishing TV, Whisker Time Fishing, Chunky Cat Fishing. That sounds like me, Chunky Cat.
Mm-hmm.
I call it Full Figured.
And a penny, yeah.
You know what?
Pennies.
Pick us out a number, Doc. Let's spin the wheel one more time.
Let's go with number 3.
1, 2, 3. And the winner is Don. I'm going to spell this one. Neuspickel. I'm not sure how to pronounce Neuspickle. Okay.
That's what it sounds like.
It very much could be. Don, we're spinning the wheel for you tonight.
What's a D-O-N?
You have to look. I'll leave it up. Fish Life, Fish Care Products. If you will contact me after the show, Don, I have those products here for you, and I can ship you out something from the great line of Fish Life products and get them right out to you. So thank you so much for watching Catfish Weekly and being on the Rig Wrap Prize Wheel game. And Jody Harrison and all the people at Fish Life, thank you so much for your sponsorship to our prize wheel. We appreciate it so much. There's the spelling: Neuspickel.
I asked for 3 letters. It's first and D-O-N or D-O-N.
Don. Oh, Don. I'm sorry. All right. Anything else you got tonight, Doc?
No, sir. That's about all for the night for me.
All right.
103 thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you watching us on Monday night.
Absolutely. We really thank you guys for tuning in, and bear with us. It's going to be a trial period getting this new format up, but it's going to be something like you've not ever seen on fishing shows on YouTube ever before. I promise you, it's going to be extremely nice. We can't wait to get it all put together so we can share it with you, and we're going to have to work out a few bugs. So we'll be hoping for patience on that, but it's going to be something you really enjoy. Nate Davis, Tackle Bandit, will be on with us next week, and we'll have an announcement about a big new sponsor we got coming up to the show. So thanks, everybody, for watching Catfish Weekly, and we will see you Monday at 7 Central.
Thanks, everybody.